So what is the project definitions and what is the work breakdown structures and all. Okay. So project definition is a framework for all the objects. Framework is nothing but all your organization elements along with the WBS, networks, network activities and all. Okay. And what is the WBS? Like work breakdown structures. So as per the business requirement, I'm going to distribute my work activities into the sub level of object where I'm going to capture the cost along with the revenue. Okay. So for that reason, I'm going to create a structure for the work breakdown structure. Under that further, if I wanted to drill down my cost, okay, if I suppose like initially in a WBS level I give it a 1 million, but further 1 million I want to distribute like how much is the resource cost, how much is my procurement cost, like that if I want to distribute along with anything like your resource plannings or any scheduling relevant plannings, then I am going to use as an activities. Okay, so these are the high levels of structural plannings. After that there is an other part like we can call as an okay. Apart from that you can also do the motor plannings. Okay, you can do the PRs or a PO, and from that you can create any sort of a project based cash flows. You can do the resource plannings, you can do the period ending process. Okay, you can do the workflows, you can be triggered. Okay, you can do the budgetings. Based on that you can get the some sort of 70 plus reports we have. As per the business requirement, you can use those reports or else you can also enhance those reports. So any doubt till now what we discussed? Till high levels of project definitions and structure, what are the project key features?
No, no, no. It's clear.
So basically, whatever the projects we try to use, okay, master data creations or any day-to-day business transactions, everything will be done under the Fury. Even the configurations also we can do from the Fury itself, but configuration we going to do on the GUI. But rest all like whatever the project is applications, okay, like day-to-day activities and the master data creations, everything will be done under the Fury apps. So in the projects, we have approximately some 50 plus Fury apps we have, including your some of the reportings and all. So most of the businesses they try to use those part, and some businesses if they want they can enhance those Fury applications. So it is up to the business how they wanted to proceed further. But we have a Fury applications. So in our sessions, everything we're going to cover under the Fury apps itself. The terminologies which I am trying to use, along with we can also have a milestones. We have a different type of milestones to measure your projects. Okay, along with you can also trigger the milestones to the sales order. Until and unless we are not going to confirm those milestones, the project people, sales people cannot raise the billings. So you can also use the milestones. Then you can do the period and process like settlement, result analysis, overhead postings, and along with the any cost forecastings or anything like any overhead postings. These are the things we can also do under the period and process. So settlement is nothing but like the project, whatever the project we try to create, it is a temporary cost collector. At the year end or if the project is completed, I have to settle those costs against any of the cost of it. It can be a GL account, it can be a sale order, it can be a metal master, it can be any sort of an order, or it can be a COPA, it can be your cost center, or it can be like any fixed materials. Okay, so we have a plenty of options as per the business requirement. We have to configure, and you're going to settle the cost against those monthly wise, maybe a periodic wise, or a quarterly, half yearly, or yearly, or at the project end closing. Till the time every cost will be under the project itself only. Okay, so then we have a two different type of projects. One is called a standard project, another one is in a which is nothing but a templates. Okay, so templates basically we try to use like wherever the structure is common along with the some cost is common. So then I'm going to use these templates so that no, whenever I'm going to create a with respect to the operational project with reference to the any of my standard projects, no, so that I can save the time and with respect to the structural part and we can also say the cost point of view because some 80-90% or 70-80% the cost is also common. So due to that reason, I can use this structure along with the cost plan, and as per the business requirement, I can do the basic modification to the operational structure, so that now I can save a lot of time. So that's the call is in the standard projects, okay. And apart from in the standard project, you can do the all sort of planning, but you cannot post anything. For posting, you have to do the operational projects. So these are the some key features of the WBSS. Okay, you can do the schedulings. Okay, there are some different type of scheduling like basic dates, forecast dates, and the actual dates. You can do the cost plans and revenue plans. You can do the you can do the budgetings. Okay, you can do the commitment process. You can do the period ending process. You can do the payments. Okay, based on this WBS functionalities. Similarly, as I said, like we have a further if I want to distribute the cost into different sort of activities, and I want to track those costs. Say suppose like any resource relevant cost, then I'm going to use as an internal activity. Okay, and I can do the based on those resource allocations. I can do my cost plan along with the scheduling plans. If I wanted to procure any material from the external vendors or the services, then I can use this internal network activities, external activities. Okay, from that directly I can purchase any sort of any material. So system will automatically create a purchase requisitions. The purchase requisition further convert as an PO, then we can do the GRIA process. Similarly, the milestones. So, whatever the network activities I have created, okay. So we have a different sort of milestones. One is called a progressive milestones. One is called a billing milestones. Another one is called for the uh, workflow milestones. So these sort of milestones we have. So based on the business requirement, you can configure those milestones. Milestone is nothing but a kind of an event. A particular event has occurred with respect to those particular schedules, then it will automatically trigger and as per the business requirement, like I said, it can be a workflow, it can be anything like a sales relevant milestones or a progressive analysis milestones like that. Then we have another activity called general cost activity, okay, which is nothing but this much. So in this general cost activity, say like I want to track any stationary expenses against the project, or maybe any travel expenses, or maybe anything like a training expenses. So if I want to track those kind of an application, so I can do those plannings, and according that system will create that, and you can create a actual postings on that. So whatever you do, everything will be planned versus actuals, and every time the budget will get checked against this. So based on this, you can also allocate the some sort of materials against the internal activities if you do not want to use the external or the services. Even in the period ending process like a settlement process, overhead postings, or anything like any JV postings, these can be done under the this network activities. So network activity cannot perform any budgetings. Okay, it will be under always a WPS, so that no budget control will be happen against the WBS only. But due to this is under the is under the WBS, so whatever the cost you try to post, it will also verify whether this cost has that much of a budget or not. If they doesn't have a budget, system will not allow you to post the any actions. Okay. Similarly, This network activities cannot perform the any revenue relevant planning for the revenue postings, but it will perform as a indirectly with reference to your milestones, because if I am going to use a billing milestones against the network activity, okay, so these network activity based milestones will be copied against to the sales order, and as per that, once you perform these network activities, system will allow them, the sales parts will allow them to raise the billings. So till the time, system will not allow to do the any sort of any billing process unless and until the project people confirm these network activities. So any doubt till now what we discussed for the WBS and the network activities? Hello, hello.
Yes, Vinod?
Yeah, I'm saying any doubt till now.
No, no, no. It's quite clear for now. I do understand the process. You can
So
proceed this.
okay, so as I said, we have a different type of cost plannings. So one cost planning is called a hierarchical based cost planning. So in this hierarchical based cost planning, you can do on an annual basis or an overall basis with respect to your past experience. Whatever the projects you have been done, similar kind of projects. So based on that, you can do the your cost plans. But this can be done only annual activities, and it can be do periodic wise or a annual wise. Then there is another called a detail level cost planning. In this cost planning, you can do periodic wise, annual wise, or a overall wise with respect to the particular WPS against the relevant GS. So, for suppose like here, as you can see, there is a one WPS, okay, at the lower level WPS. Under that, there are two different type of GL account, 4000 series and 41,000 series. So in that, maybe material I am taking as an 1800 US dollars, and for the commitment something like that or maybe services, I am going to take a 10,000. So with respect to particular WBS against those years, and the jewels will be against the periodic wise or a annual wise or maybe overall wise. It's up to the business. Then there is another cost planning is available, which is called a unit cost planning. So unit cost planning basically deal with the annually as in an overall basis with respect to group of those materials or group of services. Okay, that is called item categories. So item categories is nothing but a group. So you perform a one group like say like a material. Under the material you may have a some sort of materials. Okay, it can be raw material, Hava material, or any semi-finished goods material, whatever it may be. You're going to map all those material against to that group. So whenever you call those template, system will automatically calculate those costings. Okay, similarly we also called an easy cost plannings. Okay, so easy cost planning is also similar like in a group based class planning, but it has an extra advantage, like you can do the annual basis, periodic wise, or a overall wise. The second advantage for this is based on the easy cost planning, you can do the reservation, you can perform the purchase requisitions or a purchase orders. Okay, you can also do the GR process. Okay, so we have some extra advantage for the easy cost plannings over the your unit based cost plannings. Then the fifth one is nothing but your network activity base, which I just now said, like internal cost activities, services or an externals. Okay, where you need to do the your cost plans. Then you have an general cost activity where you're going to perform the any stationary expenses or anything like travel expenses. So those kind of information if you want to track, then you can use the network activity based cost plans. It's purely depend on the business. Okay, how the process is there. Based on that, we have to define those uh, cost plans. Okay. Then we have a revenue plannings. Okay, So there we have a three different types of a revenue plannings. One revenue planning is basically same like your cost plan, which is called a hierarchical based cost planning. So based on my past experience, okay, I'll going to select a particular WBSS and I'll do the revenue planning. This can be do only annual basis or a overall basis. There is a second type which is called a detailed levels of an revenue planning. So in this you have a facilitator like you can select the individual WBSS with reference to particular financial year, and you can select the periods, which are the periods with reference to the GL accounts. So you connect with the GL accounts, and based on that you can do the your revenue planning. There is a third type of any planning which is called a sale order based. Okay, so whenever the sale order has been created with respect to the billing plans, okay, system will automatically calculate their revenue. So these planning like revenue plannings mostly they try to use any customer kind of an available projects, okay, and that is to the sale order specific. It is up to the business like how they wanted to proceed further. Then we called as in a budget plans. Okay, as I said, like based on your cost plan, you can do the your budgetings. Okay, it can be automatic process or it can be manual process. So once you do the your budgeting, system has a provision whether you can release those budgets or whatever the original budget you have been entered, from that also you can do. So this annual based budgetings you can do or a overall based budgeting you can do with reference to the top to down approach or a bottom up approach against to the individual WBSs. Okay. Apart from this, there is a called a tolerance limit. Okay. So tolerance limit is nothing but like if I wanted to create a purchase requisition or a purchase order or any goods receipt or anything like a JV postings, system will first check whether you have a that much of a budget or not. That is called a tolerance limit. So we have to configure those tolerance limits as per the business requirement. So if it is a 90% my budget got exhausted, system will give you a warning message. If it is a 95% exhausted, system will give you a warning message with mail. If it is a 100% exhausted, then system will hard stop you. Say like you doesn't have any budget, you cannot proceed further to create any purchase requisition, purchase order or goods receipt, or maybe like any JV postings or any timeshare bookings, like that. So it is up to the business how they're going to guide you, and based on that you have to do the your configurations. Then closing, it is a period ending process. So under the period end process, PS have a different things like first you have to do the any sort of in a overhead cost plan. Then if it is a project based interest calculation, that is also you can do. You can do the cost forecasting. You can do the progress analysis. Okay, you can do the result analysis. You can do the your project based cash flows. And then you can do the project settlements. So settlements can be happen as I said, it can be GL account or it can be anything like your project, maybe any other projects, okay, or maybe any anything like a GL account or maybe a cost center or maybe a fixed assets, like that. As per the business requirement, we need to do the configurations. Yeah, so these are the some reports available in the system, like some hierarchical based reports, structural reports, cost based reports. Okay, so these are called a hierarchical or a SLR reports. Also, we have some other thing like line item wise report. Line item wise reports is nothing but it will show you what is my WBS or a network activity, again what is the cost, against what is my GL account. So with respect to GL account, with respect to that particular object, system will show you, okay, against this GL, against this WBS, we got this much of a cost or revenue. That is called a line item based reports. Okay. Apart from this, if you want, you can also enhance your reports. Okay. So we're going to show you what is a report painters and how we're going to create a report painters. So after you done the all your settlement to the cost, okay, to the any of the objects, then your project cost will get zero. Then after that only system will allow you to close the projects. Before that system won't allow you, okay, to close the project because they might have some budget left. They might have any open orders, maybe like PR, POs, or maybe GR. So whatever the cost has been incurred against to that particular WBSS or a projects or a network activities, you have to settle to the somewhere else. Then only system will allow you to close that particular WBSS or network activity or a project. Okay, so all will be done under the our project systems only. So if you have any questions, please ask me. So as per me, as
Okay,
per the
Vinod. Yeah,
yeah, please.
yes, I do have a question.
Yeah, please, please.
Yes. In some instances, you can use WPS and network activities parallels, or if you choose to use a WPS, you cannot use network activities
No, no, it is not like that. You can also use WPS. You can also use the network activities.
parallel,
Parallelly, also you can use.
or it depends on the project requirements.
Correct. So for suppose like if I want to do the procurement, I want to do the procurement based on the WPS, ERPO,
Mm.
okay. But the whatever the timesheet I wanted to book, okay. So that I wanted to book against the network activity, or if it is the travel expenses, I wanted to book against the network activities.
Okay, okay, okay.
So you can use the both.
You can use them both.
Yes, as per the business requirement. Individually, if you want, you can use only network activities you wanted to use without WPS, that is also possible. Okay, and if you want to use only WPS, that is also possible. If you want to use the both for your cost, okay, capture the cost, WPS as well as the network activity, that is also possible.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Mm. No, for now, I do. I think we are aligned in terms of understanding the content.
Okay.
Yes.
Fine, so you can give the feedback to the Naveen. Okay, so I will going to wait for the your feedback. As per the then we can proceed further. Like when you want to
Uh,
do the training process and all, so you can give the feedback to when you wanted to start or you want to take a time, whatever it will be. So the feedback you can give to the Naveen, and the same he will convey it.
I'm struggling now to hear you.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, yes, yes. You were saying I will give the feedback to Naveen about.
Yes, you can give the feedback to the Naveen regarding the whatever the demo we have performed, right? So as per that, you can take a decisions when you wanted to start, like all those things.
Okay,
Scheduling when you want to start, if you want to start, when you want to start, you can give the some schedule plan. So according that, I will check whether it is schedule plan will be suitable to me or not. Right? So we can come to know said okay, this is the point like we can start.
okay. I think Siva, there is a hand up.
Sorry,
There is a hand up from Siva.
Shiva. Okay. So Shiva, you want to say something? Hello, Shiva. Not sure. Shiva, you wanted to say something? Okay, I'll speak separately. He is a part of. I think Naveen's team only. Okay, so I can discuss it in separately. Shiva, Shiva, right? Shiva or Shiva? Hello, Shiva. You raise the hand. Any questions you have? I don't
I
know. I
think
am
she's speaking, but her mic might be off.
something like that. I think he is speaking something. I'll going to speak. I don't know. Not sure. I'm not able to hear you, Shiv. No, Shiv. Lucky, I'll go to speak with separately with him. So if you have any doubts, let me know. Do you have any
Okay.
doubts?
No, no, nothing for now. I'm good.
Fine. So you can give the feedback to the Naveen and further we can discuss. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate for your time and thank you so much.
Okay.
Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. And Naveen will share you the course contents. Okay. So basically, we have a five different sub modules. Okay. So each and every sub modules we're going to go for the theoretical as well as the practical sessions. Okay. Apart from that, we will get the recording for the every days. Okay. Because we initially, we try to do it alternate days. If you guys are comfortable, then we can proceed for the next like 5 days a week or something like that. So up to then, like how we're going to proceed further. So in this particularly we're going to cover all this like what is the SAP introductions, okay, introduction to the SAP PS overview. This is our agenda of complete week. So it will take you at least a 10 to 15 days, 10 to 15 approximately I'm saying, okay, not on the week basis. It will take you a time of 10 hours to 15 hours approximately for the only covering this first module. After that we have another four modules, okay. So what exactly the introduction to the SAP? I think we have already seen into the our presentations, okay, on the demo sessions. So introduction to the SAP PS overview also I showed you. So from today onwards, we'll go over the what is the projects and the project structures, what are the terminologies. Then we'll go for the our contributions parts. Okay. Rest each and everything whenever
Okay.
we come to all those parts, we're going to cover those parts.
Okay.
Okay, so this is an from here it is structured. Okay. So I'll go with the R3 process first, okay, then R3 to S4HANA. What is the differences between the R3 and the S4HANA? Okay, so I think Shiva don't have any exposure for the ECC as well as the S4HANA, right? So we'll go step by step. What is the ECC process in this, and what is the exactly we try to do in the S4HANA. So first you try to understand what is the ECC versions for the landscapes. Okay, integration and the landscapes. So integrations, first you try to understand what are the functional models we have. So we have a approximately 108 functional models in the S4 HANA. Okay. So as per the your business requirement, you're going to integrate with the SAP PS models. So these are the like FI, CO, okay, HR, MM, SD, AM, CO, all these kind of approximately 108 kind of models we have as per the business requirement. We're going to link with those parts. So all these functionals modules called ABAP circuit. So whenever you try to install to the S4 HANA or a ECC, it is come under the ABAP. Okay. After that, whenever you try to install with any sort of any servers, okay, servers may be anything like your maybe Linux platform, maybe a Windows platforms, okay, those kind of servers. Under the servers, no, we have a different type of a landscape. Like some clients maybe go with the standard like sorry, development, quality, and production. Some client may say, oh, we want the some predefined development, like you can also call it a sandbox. So you will do all the practice over there. Okay. After that, if you move to the your golden client, which is called as a development client. Okay, there you do all the your configurations again, along with whatever the RISES objects you have. Everything you're going to put it there. Once they are approved it, then you will go to the quality. From quality to it will go to the your productions. So this is called a server's landscape, but it is depend on the which type of an operating systems. It may be a Linux, it can be a Windows. Okay, as per your business requirement, you can install those servers. Then we called a client. Client is nothing but wherever this GUI is installed. Okay, say like my laptop or your laptops or maybe any of the cloud platforms, all will be under the your client servers. So all this combination is called a RE server because this is a three different landscapes. Okay, three different servers we have. One is an ABAP, which is nothing but all your functional models. Okay, servers, which is nothing but your landscapes like your developments, quality, and productions with respect to the any of your servers, maybe Windows servers or maybe your Ubuntu or maybe Linux as per your business requirement. And the clients is nothing but your personal laptops where this GUI will be installed. Apart from that, or maybe the your Fury's apps and all those things. So that is called a R3 functionalities. Okay. Now come to the subjects. Okay, it is an integrated solution. Integrated solutions means it can be integrated with the various type of models as per the your business requirement. Apart from this, you can also integrate with the any third party, maybe a Primavera, maybe a MS projects, or maybe anything like your Salesforce CPQs. There are a lot of models we have. Project management point of view, if there is anything HR, maybe a Workday or a Salesforce or a Success Factor, these are the different type of other non-SAP platforms also we have. So we can also integrate with our own functional models with respect to the SAP along with the other third parties. Okay. Now open systems, and along with the client server architecture. So client server architecture just now explained. Like these are the above servers. Then we have a different landscapes as per the business requirement and the clients. So this is called under the R3 server. So which is you can link with any open system. Open system is nothing but either it can be a server specific, maybe a Windows platform, maybe a Ubuntu, maybe a Linux. So as per the your business requirement, first you have to tell to the SAP, and then based on that you have to download those softwares. Otherwise, no system will not allow you to. If you by mistake you download it for the all the server relevant activities for the Windows platform, but you wanted to install into the Linux or Ubuntu kind of a thing, then system won't support. So specifically, you have to tell whenever you try to buy the license at the time only you have to tell to the whether it is an a Ubuntu platform or whether it is an any Windows platform or maybe a Linux platform. So that's the called open systems along with the client server architecture. Okay, so client server architecture means this is the one. So I'm just going with the basics one. I'm not sure whether you guys are aware of these things or not. Is it okay to go with the all the basic things with the landscape from the R3 to then we'll go for the S4HANA. Okay. Then enterprise data models. So earlier, like whenever we try to install our ECC, okay, uh, 6 point up to 7 PHP versions, okay. So in that, no, we try to install, for suppose like maybe we install the client server architecture as an uh, um, any Microsoft server. Okay, in that we try to install the SQL servers. Okay, mostly like SQL servers or any Oracle servers. Okay, these kind of servers we have. But when we come to the S4 HANA, okay, and especially for the ECC6 PHP 8, from that no, system has said that you have to install the only HANA database. You cannot install the, if you working with the S4 HANA, so you cannot install the any R3 relevant like activities, say like any SQL server or maybe a MaxDB or maybe like your Oracle R3, these kind of database servers you cannot install. Okay, it should be always in a HANA database only. So whenever you do the migration, system will check whether you have a HANA database or not. If you do not have a HANA database, system will say first you have to migrate to the HANA database, then you shift to the S4HANA. That is a migration project which is called a brownfield implementation. If it's a greenfield implementation, by default system will take it as an S4 HANA. Okay, so we'll talk about what is the S4 HANA, what is the cloud platforms. All this will be also covered. Okay, we'll go step by step process. So first, I'm taking you as in a R3 process. What is the client server architecture? Then we go for the S4 HANA part. Okay, then it is a design for the all type of any businesses. So whatever the business types you have, according that system has been given. So in ECC versions, no, in we doesn't have anything specifically like business specific. Okay, but if you come to the S4 HANA, we have a provisions. Means SAP has predefinedly given you like these. For suppose like in the pharmaceutical industry, for pharmaceutical industry, they are already defined some sort of a what we can say, some sort of a business landscape. Okay, along with some predefined structures. Okay, not only for the project point of view, also there are predefined structures for the FICU, MF, SDNs and all. Okay, from that you will get a business workflows. Okay, business workflow means step by step how the business will going to process, like from where it is going to start, where it is going to end. We can say it is in a roadmap. For that, they have provided you some sort of an RDS, means directly you can take those servers and you can demonstrate to your client or a customer like how the some predefined process has been running into the SAP. Okay, means the workshops and everything is predefined over there. Based on that, you can enhance yours, whatever the as per the business requirement, you can do the conflicts and all that. Apart from that, they also given some training materials. Okay, then they also provided you some sort of any scripts. If I wanted to go with some UAT process or a FUT process, they provided some predefined scripts in S4 HANA. Whenever you try to implement the S4 HANA, system is always try to give you a client specific kind of a business roadmap. So you can present them, this is the roadmap, okay, for your particular business, okay, and according that, it is very easy to do the some sort of an enhancements for them. So if they say no, no, this complete process is different, our process is different. Maybe this is a pharmaceutical or a kind of an manufacturing kind of an industry, which is SAP was given. Okay, but may or may not be completely though. Those is called an PDD. Okay, process derived. So those processes no already been pre-installed into the SAP. So you just take it those roadmaps and try to show them like how it is going to work for the business. Okay, but if you come to the ECC, those kind of any facilities we doesn't have. Okay, anyways we have a some uh, RDS. Okay, so RDS is some predefined configuration. Everything you download those RDS and try to put into the your sandbox. Okay, and based on that you can do based on your expertise. You have to demonstrate to the your clients. But if you come to the S4 HANA, all these RDS is absoluted. Based on that, no, they have already been given you complete. kind of an workaround solutions. So those workaround solutions you can represent to them. So for that we also called a simplification list. So if you just Google it, okay, and try to download the 2023 simplification list, so system will show you based on the each and every modules what are the changes they have made. Okay, for each and every models, they're going to do the, some sort of any changes. Whether these type of any changes is applicable to my particular business or not, system will always tell you. If you try to do the some sort of any migration kind of an activity, then this simplification list will be very helpful, because now this simplification is we have to upload into the system, and we have to do the some sort of any checkings and all. So I'll come to those points, don't worry. Okay, we'll go step by step process. Okay, it will support you all type of an versions country specific, because now every country have a specific languages, they have a specific tax. Okay, and along with the, some other parameters also they have. So whenever you try to implement the S4 HANA, okay, or maybe EHP 8, ECC 6, EHP 8. So ECC 6, EHP 8 will available up to 2026. Okay, after 2026 it will be absolute 2026, or most probably 2027. After that, no, it will no longer go. We have to anyway shift to the S4 HANA itself. If you try to implement those activities like ECC, EHP 8, ECC 6, EHP 8, or S4 HANA 2023 version, okay, so you have to go with the specific country specific, okay, because every country has a specific tax code. So because the tax code is also very important for us, along with the specific languages. So with respect to the specific, if you go to the German base or in French organizations, or maybe a Saudi, okay. So those know their language, they try to give their language specifications. Along with nowadays accounting point of view, everything has an international standard, but still there is a taxations. So those taxation also should be considered, because every country have a those specific taxation codes and all. So according that law, system will provide it. So it is not Indian version; it is a country-specific version. It supports to the all multinational languages. Okay, so any doubt on this particular, whatever I try to explain you in the landscape and the integration point of view for the R3, as well as the basic introduction for the S4HANA.
No, it's quite perfect for now. It makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, and Shiva, any doubt for you?
No, no, thank you.
Okay. Please let me know, like if I'm going very fast or something like we're not understanding. No, you can.
No, the pace is perfect and the explanation is quite perfect for me.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. So now we come to the S4 HANA. Okay, what is the S4 HANA and what we try to do? So as I said, like S4 HANA has an advantages over to the ECC. Okay, as I said, like they have a different type of things. First, S4 HANA has an advantage, like it is a very fast. Why? Because of this database. Database is called an HANA database. Earlier, no, whenever we try to do the any sort of an implementation based on the SQL servers, or maybe your R3 servers, or Oracle R3, or maybe anything like a MaxDB. So all these will be go with the row wise. Okay. So whenever the data will be dump into that, or feed into that, it will be in a row wise. But when we come to the S4 HANA, it will be column wise. So horizontal wise, it will pick the data, and it will be stored into the your virtual RAM. So there is a concept called a virtual RAM in the S4 HANA database. Okay, but you did not wanted to go in details on that. Okay, what exactly the database will going to do and all those kind of stuff. But basic things you should be know what is the S4 HANA database. Okay, we're not going to do any implementation for the S4 HANA database point of view, because you are not a technical consultant, you are a functional consultant. But still, you need to know the some basic things. Based on that, they have created a CDS view. Okay, so core data services. Every model they have a core data services. All this core data will be picked on your virtuals RAM along with this database. All will be based on your horizontals activities. I'll show you what exactly the CDS views and all for the projects specific. Okay. Apart from that,
Okay.
S4HANA, whatever the S4HANA we have, okay, that is completely based on the Furo applications. Okay, you can do all your master data creations, business transactions, your reportings. Okay, even in this current version, you can also do the configurations from the your Fury apps itself. Apart from that, if you wanted to integrate with this S4HANA to the called a Lumira applications. Okay, Lumira application is a Microsoft Lumira applications, which is also very easy to and flexible as compared to the Fury application. These applications are very light and you can also very widely you can use. If you go to the European clients, no, instead of the Fury applications, they also using the Lumira applications based on the UCDS use and all. Okay. Then the fourth different advantages, as I said, it is very fast and Fury applications based on the Fury applications. It is a different type of a cloud platforms. One is a private cloud, another one is in a public cloud. Apart from that, we also called as an on-premises editions. On-premises edition like your all servers. Like similarly, the servers will be there. Okay, it is they are not called as an R3. Instead of a R3, they called a HANA database server landscapes. But all will be like your above, nothing but all your functional models. Servers is a client server architecture based on like your open systems. Okay, it may be a Linux platform, it may be a anything like an Microsoft server based platforms. But it will be also treated as an ABAP. Everything will be your functional models. Servers is nothing but all three or maybe four. Okay, like I said now, predefined some pre-development client, then development client, then quality client, then production client, or it may be like development client, quality client, then predefined production client, then production client. If you go to the any like what we can say Amazon's kind of businesses, right? So they try to go always with the some pre clients or pre-production clients. So first they will do whatever the changes they have made. They will first test into the production pre-production client, then they will go for it. So as per the your business requirement, you can do. But here in the server architecture, here we have an options like you can do either maybe anything like MaxDB or a SQL server or HANA database or maybe Oracle R3. But when we come to the S4 HANA, it should be always as your HANA database. Okay, you cannot install any other thing, system won't accept. So by default only whenever you try to download those packages, okay, so your basis team will going to download those packages. By default, this HANA database will be came automatically with respect to your server architecture. So all these things, no, you have to tell before to the client, like how many server client architectures you have. Like it may be a development, quality, pre-production, production. So you have to tell all these things to the your SAP itself. Okay, based on that, they will do the all registration process and all. Apart from this, okay, we can also call the private cloud and the public cloud. So private cloud is the one like as the same like whatever the on-premises editions you have, same type of any configurations you can do. Okay, along with whatever the RISES objects. RISES is nothing but your customizations. Okay, with respect to all your reports or your validations. Okay, any user exits or any custom developments, all will be treated as in a license. We'll go what exactly the license and all. For time being, you can understand it is an enhancements. Okay, as per the business requirement, you can do the your enhancement. So those enhancements also we're going to do against the cloud. But the server architecture, whatever I try to the servers, okay, these servers won't be available to you. Only you will get a quality clients as well as the your production client. Development client they won't give. But when we come to the public cloud, only some minor configurations you can do. You cannot do the major configurations into the public cloud because, as I said, no, there are some predefined business specific configurations. Their UAT scripts, FUT scripts, everything is available in the server itself. So those servers we're going to share with you to demonstrate the client for the better understanding. Okay, so this is available in the public cloud. So in the public cloud you can do the some minor or a some you can say not a major thing, minor or a medium kind of a things you can do the configurations, and they strictly not allow you to do the any enhancements. So if you want to do the enhancements, you have to pay the cost for extra for that. So mostly people will try to go with the on-premises solutions or maybe a public cloud. So advantage over the public cloud is you're not going to maintain the any servers. Everything will be under cloud, and you will get some extra functionalities. Like I said, no, some Lumina applications. All this is predefinedly available in the public cloud editions. Sorry, private cloud editions. Okay. So it is up to the you like whichever the certification you want to go. Either you want to go with the on-premises solutions or private cloud editions. Okay. Then over this in ECC, okay, whenever you try to do the financial point of view and the project point of view, there is always called two different type of an accounting. One is in a financial accounting, another one is in a CU account. So these two accounts is always linked to the your project systems. Okay. So, what is the financial accounting? Like whenever I procure some sort of materials or something with my balance sheets, okay, or my P&L account, I want to display to the external party, like maybe a government, okay, whatever the profit and loss statements, if I want to show to the government, always will be
Your voice is breaking.
deal with the financial accounting. Whenever you come to
Yeah, there is a
the
problem with the network.
internal like kind of an your
Oh yeah.
management accounting, which is called a CO modules. Okay, so all these will be linked to the our internally TS modules. One is a, another one is a CO. So FI will be deal with the primary GS. CO will be deal. Am I audible now?
Yes, you were breaking, but now you are audible.
Now
Yes, yes, you are audible now.
something that you're audible or not. Keep us. Am I audible? Okay. So maybe there is some disturbances. So there is called an CO document as well as an FI document. Okay. So FI document will be deal with the external of your company. Okay, wherever the you done the any P&L statements and all. So that is called the GL accounts. The CO documents will be always come under the your internal company audits or internal company managements. Whenever I want to do the some sort of reports based on the how much costings I have done and all, that is called in come under the CO model. So all these two models has been interlinked to the our project systems. So earlier, no, we have to create a different GL account. The GL account again we have to link to the CO. CO means secondary cost elements. But when we come to the S4 HANA, okay, we doesn't do all those things. Only we try to create a one universal GL account. Okay, that universal GL account have a both financial accounting as well as a controlling account. Both. So, okay, so previously like we have to do the reconciliation process and all for the project specific. But when we come to the now in the S4HANA, it doesn't require any reconciliations. Everything will be managed under the one account itself only. That account called the SE-DOCA. Okay, SE-DOCA P is for the planning, SE-DOCA A is for the actuals. So whatever you try to post, okay, so everything will become under the SE-DOCA A, okay, and whenever you do the any type of planning, it will come under the SE-DOCA P. Any type like cost plans or any revenue plannings, any type of any plannings you can do. Only these two GLs, these two accounts. Okay, this is called a universal accounts, SEDOCA A and SEDOCA P. So reconciliation process is not required into the S4 HANA. Automatically it will be happen. Now, whenever we talk to the PS model, PS model is a part of EPPM, Enterprise Portfolio and Project Management. So, Enterprise Portfolio and Project Management, basically we have a five different models. Okay, so five different models. Those five different models is nothing but your PS, EPM, CPM, okay, portfolio and project management, innovation management, and the ECP connectors. Nowadays, this is called as the CPIs, which is a cloud platform integrations. Okay, so these are the five different models. So if you done the any three models like PPM, CPM, and PS, you will be get an associate of EPPM consultant. If you try to do the only one model certification, they say like PS, it will give you associate S4HANA, SAP PS, the version consultant, like that. EPPM, if you wanted to do, you can auto pursue later on. So based on that, no, there are a lot of other things is also provided like geo simplification list. Under the simplification list, each and every version they try to tell you like how what are the changes you have been done, what are the changes has been not done against this version, whether it is then applicable to your current business process or not. Everything will be deal with this simplification list. Okay. So simplification list is also very important when you do the any migration kind of an activity from ECC to the S4 HANA, or maybe if you have a lower version, maybe a 15 or a 16 versions you have and you wanted to upgrade to the higher versions, then simplification list is also very important. So this is one tool. Under the one tool, we have to upload the simplification list. So all this will be done by our business team, but we have to guide them. Okay. Now, what is this core data services that I want to tell you when we come to that particular stage? So, any doubts, any confusion till now, whatever we have discussed?
No, nothing, no confusion. It's just that you said EPPM have five modules, nah?
Yes,
Okay. If I write maybe a PPM and PS and which other one is the third
CPM,
one? That's
CPM
CPM.
innovation management,
Oh,
CPM innovation
okay.
management, and CPI. Sorry, ECP. ECP is nothing but a connector. It is a technical one. Now it is
So
called a CPI.
it's called the CPM.
CPI.
CPI,
CPM is a
okay.
commercial project management. CPM, CPI or a ECP, which is a connector. When if you wanted to third party integrations, right? Or if you wanted to
Okay, with
integrate your
Primavera or MS projects. Okay.
MS projects, or if you wanted to integrate with your Ariba, you
Oh,
already
okay.
aware of Ariba, right? So Ariba also, if you wanted to integrate with the PS, then you have to integrate with the CPI connector.
Okay, okay, thanks.
Okay. So that is a technical one. Okay, so that nobody will functional models nobody will do, but mostly no three models they try to do PS, PPM, CPM. So you will get an certification, right? Associate uh, uh, EPPM consultant. Okay. So innovation
Okay, thank you.
management also you can do. Innovation management almost cover in the our PPM models. There is a different model they have introduced, okay, but that model is not much flexible, but most of the some 50-60% we already covering into the our PPM kind of an modules, okay, portfolio and project management.
Okay.
Okay, so now whenever we talk about the SAP PS basically have a different thing. One is a your project financial control, another one is a project logistical control. Okay, apart from this, there are two other things. One is your project controls, okay, which is nothing but all your structural relevant activities, which is nothing but your project management. Okay, so PS is a mostly deal with the your project managers or anything like a higher people's only, where it will get integrate with the other parties, but it has a capability to do the automation process. So in this project controls and the product development, all will be deal with your structural part along with your organization elements, all with your milestones, all with your networks, network activities, all the structural relevant activities will be deal with here, apart from the schedulings and all. When we come to the project financial controls, where you're going to do the all your cost plans, your revenue planning, your budget plannings, okay. Then you do the all your period end process, okay. Apart from that, any other type of a postings, maybe overhead postings, maybe a JV postings, or any other type of postings if you have, all will be deal with the your budget financial controls. Okay, it is a sub part of this project system. Then we have a project logistical control. Okay, so in this logistical control, you try to create a reservations, you try to create a bomb materials, you try to create a purchase requisitions, you try to create a purchase order from projects itself. Okay, you're going to integrate with this logistical control with your other models like a MM, SD, PP, PM, or Ariba. All these things come under the project logisticals. Okay, then we called a project developments. Developments is nothing but all your reports or your workflows. Okay, everything will become under the your project developments. So all these four combinations you have to thorough have all your practical along with the configurations and the business point of view.
Wow,
So all
okay,
will be
thank you.
go one by one. Okay, so first we are covering this project controllings, which is nothing but all our structural part along with our scheduling parts, some sort of any validations, master data creations, everything will become under this. When we come to the project financial controls, this is a different modules, means sub module on these project systems. Okay, we're going to deal with all our cost plans, revenue plannings, all our budget controls, parenting process, execution process, everything will become under this. Logistical part, like you're going to create a bomb materials, you're going to assign the bomb materials, you're going to create a reservations, then you're going to deal with all your PR, POs, GR, everything will go to cover from this. Also, we're going to create a sale order. We're going to check how the milestones will be converted until and unless you're not going to confirm those milestones. Sales people cannot raise the bill. We're going to see the how the integration with the our bomb metal to the PP production plannings. So those kind of things will come under this project's logistical control part. Then we'll go to deal with our reports and along with our migration activities. Okay, so that is in a different phase actually. Migration we have one more will come, like what is the HANA database, what are the migration activities we try to do, how the Fury applications you're going to link. Okay, everything will become under that. Lastly, the S4HANA part. So here mostly we try to deal with the all our RICEPs, how the RICEPs can be deal, how our reports can be managed, and approximately 80 plus reports we have. What are the individual reports we can do? and if you wanted to enhance, so I can guide you like what are the basic reports you can write, okay, into the SAP, and how you're going to take a help from the abacus. So everything will going to come under this. So any doubt till now what we discussed?
No, no, no. It's quite insightful.
Okay. So S4HANA, whenever you try to do the any sort of an implementations, okay, they have a different type of an okay. So mostly it is deal with the nowadays. If you, I am not sure, maybe you guys are aware of a sprint plan, agile methodologies. You guys have any knowledge for the agile methodologies? PMP, agile
Yes,
methodology, waterfall methodologies, correct? So based on the agile methodologies, this whenever we try to do any sort of an implementations, so complete implementation is based on the agile methodologies. Okay. So traditional agile methodologies we try to follow always, but every methodologies, they have some advantages, some disadvantages. But whenever we try to follow, mostly 90% it is an agile methodologies. You can say it, and 10-20% it may be a waterfall methodologies. Waterfall methodologies I will go when I know my process thoroughly. Okay, maybe some sort of an enhancements I try to do, or maybe anything upgradings I want to do, or maybe some migration I want to do, then I can go with the waterfall methodologies because I know each and every my business process. But if I don't know my process and I curiosity to know like how my product will going to implement further and what are the linkages and all, then I'll go with the always a agile methodologies. Okay, so this is the oldest version of 1709. I think we have not updated. I'll update it. So we just go and download simplification list of S4 HANA 2023. You just Google it and download. So you will get the all bunch of books, approximately some 430 pages. There you can go with the PS model, and you'll get to know like what are the steps, the new implementation point of view they have created. Means it is applicable to whether the current business or not, what are the new features they have added, whatever the new ideas they have innovated, or maybe upcoming 2024. Okay, November they're going to release always, some September to November they're going to release always. Okay, so in that what are the upcoming features they're going to add, each and everything will going to let them by this simplification list. So our simplification list is very important. So each and every version thoroughly you have to check. So if you wanted to implement this S4 HANA, what are the new features they have added, or what are the features they have absoluted, whether these features is available for the next upcoming years or not. Every models they're going to specifically tell. Okay,
okay,
that will
thank
come
you.
what exactly this custom code check, pre-checks and all. This is our part of that. So whenever come to our last stage, no, at the time I'm going to explain you what is this custom code check, what is the pre-checks, okay, what are the things we can do and so on. Okay, so any doubt till now what we discussed?
No, no, no. I will download the
Okay, so
simplification list.
earlier in the ECC version, so if I wanted to integrate either with the Microsoft projects or any Primavera, there is called a one tool which is called a Open Text. Sorry, not Open Text. It is called a OpenPS. OpenPS is a one tool. Okay, if you implement into the same server and if you have a Microsoft projects, so both can be synchronized. Okay, or if it is in a something like in a PAM pod or maybe something like any Primavera has a different type of an tools we have. Okay, so if you integrated those part in the SEC, sorry, ECC version, then that is based on the versions you can pay the cost. But if you come to the S4 HANA, okay, you have to specifically install the CPI. Earlier it is called an ECP connector. Now it is called a CPI. Okay, so CPI is nothing but your connector which you're going to integrate with any third party, maybe a Primavera or maybe a MS Projects or maybe Salesforce CPQ, like various project management tools we have in the world. Like if you wanted to integrate with the SAP, okay, so based on the CPI only you have to do. Even if you wanted to integrate with the Ariba also, we have to go with this CPI only. But in 2023, they're going to change their name. Some they called a net business where something it is called. I'll check and let you know. So something like net business where something this type of an terminology they are using. Okay, nowadays CPS also the code is there absolutely. Okay, so some functions, as I said, based on the your simplification list, some functions is not supporting based on the your ERP. So you have to check always with your simplification list. Okay, if you wanted to migrate from the
Okay.
ECC to S4 HANA or anything like an upgrading from S4 HANA lower version to the higher version, always you have to check with the your simplification list. Now you can download simplification list for the S4 HANA 2023 versions because we're going to practice on the 2023 latest versions of it. Okay, so what is this CDS view? Core data services. So all the core data services has been implemented based on the your HANA database architecture. HANA database architecture is always go with the your horizontal platform based on the your column wise, along with it has an virtual rank concept. Based on that, no, there is a CDS view as implemented. So these CDS view, like what is this? Like project definition, WBS elements, networks, network activities. So fetching all these objects or attributes is very easy. Okay. So if you wanted to see the CDS view, we have to approach with our one of the developers. Developers has a one tool called Eclipse. So if they're going to install those Eclipse, you can see what is the CDS views of the projects and all. But I'll show you in this current versions also. I can show you what is the applications, what are the attributes to the CDS view. Okay, so that is also possible in the system. I'll show you what is the CDS view. So currently you can say what is the CDS view means like these are my attributes like project definitions, WBS, network activity, milestone, metals, metal components, all these type of any CDS views is available. So based on the CDS view, all our tables has been defined. Okay, all our transparent tables. So based on the transparent tables, we have to link with those objects. So if you wanted to go any validations or a substitutions or any reports, no, based on this CDS view only, you have to tell to the your developers. We'll come to know what is CDS views and all. Okay, at this point it is not required, but when we go to the HANA S4 HANA database point of view along with the HANA concepts, no, at the time again I'll explain what is the CDS view and how you can see in the systems. So this is I'm trying to just give you a first day class. Okay, that's all it is in a Fury applications only based on the every versions. Approximately now in the current version, some 80 plus Fury applications we have with respect to all your reports along with the integration point of view, along with any master data creations and all, and the business transactions. So 80 plus reports we have, sorry, 80 plus report Fury apps we have, and we'll tell you how the Fury applications you going to integrate with the your project systems. It may be applicable, it may not be applicable to your business. Okay, we're going to let you how this query application is required based on the rules and responsibilities. I'll show you each and every part. Okay, so now when we try to create any configurations our project systems, okay, basically we have a two different type of projects. One is called a projects customer projects, another one is called as an investment kind of projects. Under the investment kind, you can go with the capex, opex, and if it is customer specific, then you can go with the or the billable projects. This is a two different type of a projects for the any industries, any project management. If you want, you can do. Based on the sectors, industry sectors, you can divide them like engineering and construction. Okay, the engineering construction you might go with the capex, capital expenditure, opex, or maybe anything like your customer billables. Okay. Similarly, oil and gas, any chemical industries, or maybe any R&D kind of an industries. R&D, if I wanted to go, it will be purely a capex process. So there, no, my assets will be automatically get created. And that asset further, if I wanted to use, then I can see whether I wanted to do the depreciation values or not. So those kind of a things will come. So basically, every projects, whenever I try to deal, it will be always a only two types. One is your investments, which is nothing but a capex and opex, okay, and your R&D kind of a projects will come under that, along with any customer billable projects. So there, I'm going to raise a bill to my customer. There, I'm going to get the some sort of an revenue. Okay, so this is a very important. Whenever I do the configurations based on this project type, I'm going to do that. Now, second important parameters for this. Okay, so as you can see, this is a old data. Okay, but now we come to the new data. Mostly it has completely changed. Okay, almost like PS models and the PPM models has gone to the every industries, every sectors. So if you can see, mostly in the engineering and constructions, okay, most of the you are like 80% or 90% engineering and constructions will try to do. Rest other sectors like banking sectors or maybe utility sectors, chemical sectors, or any automation sectors, oil and gas sectors, everywhere this kind of an PS model has been implemented. Why? Because it has a wide integration with the other models with FICO, MM, SDs and all. Okay, and it is a also deal with the project managements along with your financial managements along with the logisticals management. That's the reason PS models nowadays 80 to 90% I can say they have implemented. And people there, those who have in a, I am not sure whether you guys are aware like MPS scenarios, MTO scenarios, ETO scenarios. MTO scenarios mostly like a pharmaceutical companies. So those pharmaceutical companies mostly they try to use the your internal orders. They don't prefer to go with the projects. So projects nowadays internal orders also replace with the projects because whenever in upcoming futures if you wanted to go, CO models no longer exist. CO longer has been replaced with the PS models. Okay, it is called a PS Fin, Fin PS. Okay, in the SAP also if you try to go, they will call this as a Fin PS model. And wherever you try to go with any nowadays in interview also they will try to go whether you have some basic financial knowledge or not with respect to your period and process, okay, with respect to your controlling objects and all. So they try to ask you those things also. So that's the reason no CO models nowadays replacing with the PS models. PS has a capability, whatever the CEO will do, entire thing can be done by the your PS models. That's the reason. So SAP PS is very important based on your project management, financial controllings, as well as the your logistics models with respect to the your reports. So every single dashboard you will get the reports based on your plan, based on your actuals, and what is the variance on that. Okay. So SAP PS is very important nowadays. And And okay. Yeah. So we'll do this process, then we'll stop from the today. So whenever you do the project, okay, so project has a three different categories, three different major elements. One is called a project currency, another one is called a project constraints, another one is called a project environments. So what is a project environment? So whenever I do any projects, okay, project environments based on the three different things. One is a scope management, another one is a cost management, another one is a any idea what is the scope management, what is cost management, what is the quality management.
Yes, yes,
Okay, so this is
yes.
called
I'm
a
quite.
project. So this is called a project environment. Okay, based on that you define the your constraints. So constraint is depending on your dates, schedules, and the other resources. Okay, along with your metals and all, it also depend on the your cost. So this is a constraint, and these three parameters again depend on the currency. Okay, which specific currency you try to do. So different type of a currencies we have. One is a called a controlling area currency. So suppose like your organization has been German based, say like a Siemens is a German based organization. Okay, so controlling area will be always alternate you. And whatever the business I try to do in the different countries, maybe on India or Japan, Saudi, South Africa, wherever I want to do, I will always use the euro currencies. So that is called a controlling area currency. Okay, because my every reports and everything will be based on my that currency only. If I say no, I do not want to do like that. I want to go with the object currency. Object currency is nothing but my company code currency. So suppose like I'm dealing the business with the India or maybe South Africa or maybe Japan. I have a three different companies where I'm going to create my projects. I'm going to procure all the data and everything according that company code currency. System will always check with their exchange rates and automatically that exchange rate will be dealt with this controlling area currency. Because suppose like in India I want to do some sort of an plannings along with the procurement based on the INR. Okay, and my controlling area currency is a euros. So system will always check 1 euro is how much INR. So based on the exchange rate, it will always connect and uh, means whenever I try to do the plannings in each and everything, no, in an actual postings, based on my exchange rate, it will connect that and it will give you the reports. One report will show you an object currency, another report will show you based on the controlling area currency. Third type of a scenario, which is called a transaction currency or a local currency. Okay, what is this means? For suppose if I wanted to, I have implemented the projects. I have a two different company codes under the same projects. Okay, one is a European base, another one is an INR. But I wanted to procure the material based on the US dollars. Okay, so that is called whatever I try to do the planning, my budgetings, cost plannings, or revenue plannings. Okay, I'll do on the transactional currency based on the USD, and I'll procure those materials based on the USD. But based on the exchange rate, okay, it will first convert to the INR. INR will convert to the my euro. So all these three currencies are interlinked. But whenever I try to deal with the projects, at least one basic currencies I need to define. It may be a transactional currency, it may be object currency, or maybe controlling data currency. It depends on the projects like environmental, okay, along with the constraints. Based on that, you have to define the currencies. Under the single projects, you may have a multiple company codes. So in that case, maybe you can go with the transaction currencies or a object currency. If you have a only single company code and mostly it is in a controlling area currency only, then you can go with the only controlling area currency. If you have a multiple company codes and though it is connected with a single project, and I wanted to procure based on the US dollar and the INR separately, then I can go with the object-based currencies. So based on this, I have to do my planning. I have to do my budgeting. Based on that, I can do my execution process, and I do the reporting. So all these has been interlinked. So whenever I try to do the my configuration, tomorrow we'll do this based on this my project constraints, currencies, environment, okay, and this project type, okay. We'll do the first configurations, okay, that is called project profiles, okay. All the default settings will become under them. So these currencies, constraints, your schedulings, your resource plannings, your dates planning, your currencies, your budget plannings, all these are the different type of profiles. Okay, your executions has a different profiles, your plannings has a different profiles. Under planning we have a sub models. Under budgeting we have a some sub models. Reporting we have some sub models. All these have been interlinked. Okay, all these we're going to configure step by step, and we'll go with the agile methodologies. Okay,
Okay.
so any doubts, any confusions still on what we discussed? I'm not starting the configurations because I don't know whether you have a gain some knowledge or not for today. So any doubts, please let us know. Then tomorrow onwards, we're going to start the configurations. And I hope you guys have already received your credentials, right?
Mm. Yeah, no doubts for now. Anything is quite clear. Everything is clear.
Okay, maybe today or tomorrow you will also get the credentials. So you can download those GUID 2023 versions. So Naveen will share you those parts along with the credentials also. So tomorrow we'll start based on whatever we have discussed till now. We'll go step by step our configurations, including our CDSU, BC sets, each and everything I'll show you from tomorrow. So do
Okay.
you have any doubts for Lucky or Shiva? Shiva, right? Try to use listen.
Will you share these slides? So far, 9 slides are completed, no?
Yes, we will share those slides along with no the recordings.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so every week this is an, some 80 90 slides we have. Okay, along
Okay,
with no some standard SAP books is also available. So that books also will share by the Naveen. And whatever we have
okay,
discussed today, this is recorded, and this recorded also we're going to share.
okay.
So any doubts today's whatever the theory type discussion we have done?
I think we are done on my side.
Okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
Shiva,
From my
you,
side.
you have any doubt?
Right now, no, sir. But let me go through the slide, then maybe.
Sure, no issue. So I think today we'll conclude our class. Okay, tomorrow at 8
Yes.
p.m. we're going to start.
8 p.m. Okay, okay.
Okay, so thank you so much for your time, and have a nice day.
Thank you, thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank,
Thanks.
thank you, thank you. Bye bye. Good night.